Hello and welcome to another edition of On the Job. Today we're going to spend it with stormwater field operations. Now I bet you didn't know this, but working with stormwater is an actual job. There's a team of Seminole County employees who specialize in making sure that all that rainwater flows in the right direction. Now, to do the job requires both brawn and brain power. There are people who operate heavy equipment. There are engineers who design the entire drainage infrastructure. Today, we're going to meet them all. First, we'll start at the main office where I'm going to go in and get my work order, and then we'll head out for some fun. Come along. Hello. Hi there.
Hi.
I'm Karen LeBlanc. I am here to spend the day with stormwater field operations.
Okay, I'm Owen Regan. I'm the principal engineer.
Oh, nice to meet you, Owen. Do you mind if I pull up a chair and make myself comfortable?
Not at all.
I have a few questions before we head out.
Sure.
First of all, you guys start early around here. What time does the workday start?
It's 7 a.m.
Wowza, why so early?
Well, it gives the guys a chance to get out before the roads are crowded and things like that.
Makes sense. Now let me just be blunt. What in the world does stormwater field operations do?
Primarily, we take care of retention ponds and canals.
Now, what's the point of all of that? I mean, how does that help people in their daily lives?
Well, it provides flood control and it improves the quality of the stormwater.
You know, a lot of people don't realize that what you do is quite literally behind the scenes. There are miles and miles of pipes and a whole drainage infrastructure that people don't see. What can you explain that to folks?
Well, most of the drainage system is underground, so it's never seen by the residents. What they do see is what's above ground or what's visible, which is the retention ponds.
Well, I am ready to head out, and I think your employees come in and they get their work orders, so do I get a work order today?
We have several for you. We're going to be doing some canal work, cleaning a retention pond, and doing some herbiciding as well.
Oh, great, great. All right. Well, I think I'm ready to go.
Oh, you're probably going to need this.
Ah, for me?
Yes.
What is this?
It's a field jacket.
My official stormwater field operations jacket. I have my uniform on. Look at this, and I'm ready to go.
You're ready.
And it's cold out there today, so I'm going to need this. All right. Well, thank you, Owen. I'm going to be back after we spend the day out with the rest of the crew because I am sure I will have tons more questions for you. So.
Okay, we'll see you this afternoon.
All right. Thanks for my marching orders.
Okay.
Okay. Bye. See ya. Over time, vegetation and sediment can build up and choke off drainage systems. Now today we're out here at what's called a dry pond where an inlet is blocked up, and we're going to use a front end loader, that big piece of heavy machinery you see behind me. We're going to use it to unclog this inlet and open up the dry pond for drainage use. We're going to spend this little excursion with Danny Gracie, who is a team leader with Crew 420 Stormwater Field Operations. Danny, thanks for having us.
You're welcome.
So Danny, what is it that you do around here?
I'm a team leader for stormwater and roads operations, and I go out and check ponds and canals. And if there's any buildups or anything, we do work orders and go out and get them clean.
Now you're a local boy, born and raised right here in Sanford, a native, right?
Right.
Been around heavy equipment your whole life? Is that what drew you to the job?
Right. I've been around equipment all my life. We were raised in Sanford, and we had a land clearing business and ran equipment since I've been 12.
So Danny, what is this stagnant pool of water we're looking at here?
Well, what it is, when it rains and it washes all the dirt and the sediment off the road into the pipes, it builds up over time. Well, we got a build up now. We got about 2 foot build up in front of the pipe. We're going to cut this big mound out with the loader to let this water out into this dry pond or to flush out the pipes.
All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Well, after sitting on the sidelines and watching that front end loader in action, I decided I wanted my turn at the wheel. So Danny has been gracious enough to give me a crash course on how to operate this thing, right?
Right, and it's not going to be a crash course on this piece of equipment.
Okay, poor choice of words.
Right.
Okay, well, let's go.
Good to go.
We did it. That's fun. That was a blast. That was a blast.
Enjoyed it. That's all that matters.
I mean, it's amazing up there, the power those machines possess. You said something funny. You said these are like your Tonka toys.
Right, they are like my Tonka toys. I've been running equipment since I've been 12. These are my Tonka toys.
Wow, that is like every little boy's dream, but you actually get to operate the real thing.
Right.
So after operating all this heavy equipment, at the end the project comes down to
Man with a shovel.
a man with a shovel. We're out here at the Lockhart-Smith Canal. It's one of the main canals that run through Seminole County, and we're going to do a little house cleaning today with a machine called the Menzi Muck. This thing is so bizarre looking. I mean, it looks like maybe part transformer, robot, amusement park ride, but it takes a lot of technical expertise to operate it. So we're going to meet Jason Sutton. He is the team leader of Crew 410 at Stormwater Field Operations, and he's up here in the Menzi Muck, and he's going to tell us what it's all about. Hi, Jason.
Hey.
Thanks for having us.
No problem.
So, Menzi Muck, what is it?
Menzi Muck's an all-terrain excavator. It is designed to basically go where no other heavy equipment can go. It goes right down in the middle of ditches and climbs where there's no working berms, basically.
This thing was actually built in Liechtenstein. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, it's Swiss engineered, German manufactured, so Liechtenstein, Germany.
Liechtenstein,
Yeah.
Germany. And it was built to traverse the Alps, right?
Yeah, that's what its original intent was, and they kind of made a four-wheel drive version with 4 big tires to do the swamps over here in Florida and Louisiana and Georgia.
There's a lot of stuff going on here at one time. I mean, you got to really be a multitasker to operate this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it takes a little while. The main thing that when people are new on this machine, they're used to, they've usually run other things like the loader and stuff where you're pretty much stable. You stay, your equilibrium is always straight. On this, sometimes you may have to work like this, or you may have to work like this. You have to get over that fear of tipping yourself over.
Now today you're going to clean out the Lockhart-Smith Canal, as we said earlier. You're going to take this machine, and it's steep. I just went over there and looked at the drop-off. So I guess you're ready to see this thing in action. Show us what it's got.
All right.
So Jason, clearly I don't have the technical expertise to take the Menzi Muck out into the canal, but can I at least sit in it and maybe try out some basic moves?
Sure.
All right.
Just don't break anything.
I promise I won't. Okay, so let's see, seatbelt, right?
Yes.
Safety first. Red button. Bad.
Don't hit the
No
red
touching the red button. Okay, no touching red button. All right, so I got my joysticks. What do I do?
And turn the key.
Okay. Thank you so much for having us. It was really fun today to see this machine in action, and I'm sure the viewers out there are going to be wowed by what they've just seen. It's like watching some sci-fi thing. But anyway, all right, so we will catch you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Well, we're out here at Club 2 Retention Pond, which is in Sanford, and we're going to take a look at this amphibious machine called the Marsh Master. And Travis Williams, who's a senior herbicide applicator who works with stormwater field operations.
Yes, ma'am.
Seminole County is going to take the Marsh Master out for a spin with us. Travis, thanks for joining us.
Yes, ma'am. How you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing pretty good.
So we're real curious about this Marsh Master behind us. What is it, and what does it do?
Well, what we do at the Marsh Master, we make herbicide applications. We treat retention pond, county canals, ditches, roadside ditches, a lot of the right-of-ways. And what it does, it floats. We use it on some of emergency sting operations, as far as sometimes the county calls us out, have equipment stuck, or just doing some special stuff with it.
Well, it looks pretty interesting. You said that this can actually work on land and in water?
And in water. It's totally amphibious, so once we take it out in the pond, I'll be able to show you how it floats and show you some of the different vegetation that we treat throughout the county.
I want to get to know a little bit more about what you do. What do you do on the job?
Well, what I do is I schedule a lot of the treatments. I do a lot of inspections as far as the retention ponds and the canals and the right-of-ways. And once we take the machines out and make the applications, I go back and do a lot of post-treatment inspections and to make sure that the chemicals are doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing as far as the results from what we're spraying. We already made an application. I think we made like 3 different applications out here. Got some of the Johnson grass that's already dead, some of the torpedo stuff. So, like, we just made the application there. We're going to come back in 3-4 weeks. It's going to be browning like that, just like the cattails on the west side.
Well, out here on the water, I can imagine some of the things that you encounter. You probably see a lot of gators, right?
Yeah, we see a lot of alligators, a lot of fish. It get excited sometimes.
Yeah?
But I'm pretty much used to it. I've been treating the ponds and stuff for like 5 years now.
Well, Travis, I really enjoyed being out there on the water, and I know that this is far from a recreational boat ride. There's a lot of work happening out there.
It is.
It's a lot of science. I was
serious.
watching you mixing up the chemicals. You really got to know your stuff with chemistry and stuff, right?
It's quite interesting, really. That's pretty much what drew me to the job. I like it. Kind of like being a doctor, going out and doing different prescriptions for the different plant species. Like I was saying, we got a lot of water hyacinth out invasive. We try to go in and wipe them out, and that make room for the good stuff to grow.
And it's a constant battle with these invasive plants, and not only do you need to know your chemistry for this job, you really have to know your plants,
That's
too.
right. That's right. That's the main thing, plant identification. If you don't know what you're spraying, I mean, what can you won't be able to kill anything. You don't know what to do.
You know, your job is anything but 9 to 5, and that's to say the least. What drew you to this?
Well, like I said, I like it. I like it because it's quite interesting. You know, it keeps you thinking, and I like to read a lot, and I read a lot of the pamphlets and different chemical labels and stuff like that. But I like it.
It's nice being out in the wide open.
Yeah, it's definitely that.
Yeah.
I love being outside. I
Yeah.
love working out the door. I like to work on ATVs. That's my hobby. I've been doing that since I'm like 11 or 12 years old. But now I kind of do it. I make a little money on the side too. But I also like to ride them.
You know, your job takes not only a lot of physical ability, but intellectual ability as well. So it's been a pleasure meeting you and learning more about what you do. I tell you, it's definitely takes a very well qualified person to do it. So.
And like I said, this was a demonstration. We just only sprayed indicator inside, you know, outside.
Oh, right.
Yes, ma'am.
We got to point that out.
Yeah, we definitely need to point that out. Everything is EPA regulated, and normally we have on all our PP gear, gloves, masks, eye protection, and once you're in on one side of the pond, you pretty much want to come out the same way. That way, when you treat your vegetation, you won't be just rumbling over all the chemicals you just sprayed out.
What he's trying to say is, don't get us in trouble today. This was a demonstration.
Yeah, it's just a
we
demonstration.
didn't use real chemicals. Yeah. It was acting, okay?
Yeah, but it's
strictly
definitely
for the viewer.
Real scenario.
Yeah.
It definitely was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was a pleasure.
So we didn't break any regs today.
Yeah, we didn't break any at all.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. All right, take care.
All right, have a good day.
Danny Gracie, we meet again.
How you doing?
You are multi-talented apparently, because you are going to operate this big piece of heavy equipment, which is called a
Long reach, 60-foot long reach.
60-foot long reach
Excavator.
And tell me a little bit about its capabilities.
We go down to the ponds, we clean them out, we walk down into the water, excavate the cattails out and load them out.
So that's what we're going to do today. Where are we? Set up the scenario.
We're at Smith Ditch off of 417 Greenway behind Lincoln Heights. Well, we was out at Redbug in 417 loading out Lightwood Knox Canal. One day we was down in the canal and we loaded up a gator in the back of the dump truck.
Gator, you didn't know?
No, we didn't see it at first, but we saw it when it did a swan dive back into the canal.
Oh my gosh.
It was about 4 or 5 foot long.
I can imagine you probably have a lot of close encounters with wildlife. In fact, they were saying that you all have training to identify snakes. What do you do? What'd your training teach you?
Run.
Run like crazy. All right. Well, Danny, show me what you got with this machine. Let's see it in action.
All right.
Okay. Well, Danny's already up in the long reach excavator, and he promised me that he'd show me the basics about how to operate this piece of equipment. So I'm going to hop on in and give it a spin. All right. So first,
you know what to do first.
Seat belt. Here we go. All right. Now what?
Now turn the key on.
Danny, I tell you what, I have so much respect for what you do. That is hard stuff. I mean, there's a lot of hand-eye coordination going on, a lot of controls, a lot of stuff you're thinking about at one time. I mean, it takes a lot of skill and talent to do this job. So, hey, my hat's off to you.
Thank you.
It's fun, though. Thank you.
It's a lot of fun.
It really is. But again, you cannot imagine how difficult it is until you get in one of these big machines, and the power you have behind you is just awesome. But at the same time, it's kind of nerve-wracking, too. I mean, it's a big piece of equipment you're operating. So.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, though.
Hey,
It's
more
fun.
than welcome to come back anytime.
I will do. Well, another tool in the stormwater field operations toolbox is this huge vacuum truck. It's essentially like a huge vacuum cleaner that sucks up stormwater debris. And joining me right now is Joe Tamulonis. He is team leader for Crew 450 with stormwater field operations. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for coming.
So today we're going to see this machine in action, but before we do, tell me a little bit about what it does.
Well, it'll pull all debris out of the pipes and inlets, and here we have a huge baffle box, which is, basically it's a mini retention pond.
Like a mini retention pond?
Yeah, and it keeps all the debris from going out into the river and
Well, you know, here, literally what I'm looking at are manholes in a street scenario. And that's because there is no retention pond around here, so it's a different system for stormwater collection?
well, we have manholes in the streets with the pipes, which will either take it to something like this or a retention pond.
Okay.
And that way the water will flow through it and drop out the solids and floatables and any other kind of debris that gets off the road. And the clean water, hopefully, is the only thing that'll make it out to the river.
Well, this is definitely a confined space. You cannot be claustrophobic and do this
No,
job.
not at all. Not at
We
all.
are going to be so bold today as to send our SGTV camera guy down below to watch the action below ground and above ground. So I guess let's fire this machine up and let the VACON do its thing.
Okay, great. Let's do it.
All right. So when you go down into these manholes, because a human being actually goes down there with the big vacuum suction system, what are some of the things you find?
Animal-wise, most commonly is frogs, snakes, turtles. Turtles are mostly. We've been in pipes with bats and
What about odds and ends? Any weird?
wallets, purses.
Wow.
You name it, it's been there. Our biggest problem would probably be garbage can lids, because that'll lock up the pipe ends and then create a flooding issue, and
Okay.
it really creates problems.
All right? Good? Yeah, we'll need some water. That's good there. We need some water. Okay. A little bit of water. And some hose. Hey. Here it comes. Heat it up. That's good. Keep cranking back on up, so.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank
It's
you
been a
for
real
coming.
adventure, and I tell you what, we all have a new appreciation for your job, especially the whole confined space aspect of it. You got to be a different breed to get down in those manholes on a daily
Yeah,
basis.
I think so.
All right, well, it's a pleasure.
Thank you.
See
Thank
you
you so
soon.
much.
Okay.
Bye.
Well, it's been an honor to wear this green jacket and to be a part of the crew of Stormwater Field Operations today. You know, I have to say I've gained a tremendous amount of respect and appreciation for the job that they do. It takes tremendous skill and knowledge and expertise, ability, training, you name it, to maintain this vast infrastructure, much of which is underground and invisible to the general public. But what they do keeps our waterways safe and beautiful and clean. Waterways such as the St. Johns River, it's an invaluable service. Well, I'm going to head back to the main office. I have to turn in my jacket and clock out for the day. Well, Owen, I'm back after my day spent out with the stormwater field operation teams, and before I clock out, I have a few more questions for you. First of all, I spent a lot of time with other team members learning what they do and actually getting to do their jobs, but what is it that you do around here?
Well, I supervise the field operation. I also do small design projects for stormwater, neighborhood projects and things like that.
But you are an engineer.
Yes.
You got to be a smart guy to do this job. Tell me what it takes.
Well, I have a couple degrees in engineering, and I also have a background in surveying, and I've worked in construction and a number of other jobs. I got my college education the hard way. I went back when I was older and got my degrees.
And gee, looking around your office, you would never tell where you went to school, right? Because,
Right.
I mean, really, you got Gator stuff everywhere.
I'm one of the few Gator fans here, so.
Yeah, I can tell you're quite loyal. You've got a poster right here, which, did you paint that?
That's a
I
watercolor.
said a watercolor.
Yes.
Okay. Some Gator posters, Gator mug. Good for you. Go Gators.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you another question from the heart, and that is, why is it that you do this every day? What keeps you motivated? Why do you do what you do?
Well, I really enjoy seeing things through from conception to construction or maintenance. I like to see things happening in the field. And I think what we do is important. It provides flood control and also improves the water quality in the county.
Well, Owen, it's been so much fun hanging out with you guys today. I've really enjoyed it. I've learned a ton about what it is you all do, and I think all of us will gain a greater appreciation for all the work that goes on behind the scenes, keeping rainwater flowing in the right directions and keeping us all safe and comfortable. So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, well, let me go clock out.
Okay.
All right, see you later.
Bye.